Okay, we're back. We got all our chicken tenders done, and the magic cleaning fairy came and cleaned everything up for us.
Hi.
That would be my daughters and me. We all worked really hard. Okay, so we are checking on our marinara, and she took a little try of it. Noticed it needed a little bit of extra salt. Now we're going to add probably about a half a teaspoon of salt. So she's just going to get a little pinch with her fingers or in her hand, and she's going to put just a little bit of salt in there. And this is the time period also. Remember I said that the salt kind of balances off the salt and the acid of the tomatoes, so that keeps it nice and balanced and smooth, and you don't get a really strong flavor of either. And I said once we put our chicken tenders in, we were going to pop our noodles in also, so let's do that. Okay. Then, what did you decide? You want it chunky?
I like it chunky.
Okay. If you don't want your sauce chunky, then you could blend it up in the blender right now, or you could use the immersion blender if you have it. I think we're going to do about 3/4 of that box. So I don't think I have enough water. Okay.
That's about.
Do a little bit more. Okay. And then in the meantime, while those are cooking, we're going to turn those up, let them rock and roll and boil.
The rest.
Just, yeah. Let those boil, get nice and tender. Turn those up just slightly.
Did you already put salt in it?
Put them back. Oh, no, good job.
Oh.
Always salt your water with pasta. So when you are cooking pasta, after it has cooked, is not the time to season your water. And I'm putting quite a bit in there because I like a lot of good salty pasta, because it's the base flavors before you add anything else on top. It gives you a base flavor. So we are salting our water. If you salt the water while it's cooking, the salt has a chance to seep into the noodles. If you salt it after they have already cooked, then your noodle doesn't get flavored. It's only something on the outside, so you don't have near as much flavor added to your pasta. Okay? Now we've got our noodles added in. We've got our pasta sauce, the red sauce, still bubbling and simmering and cooking down and reducing and letting it meld really carefully with all those flavors. We have our chicken tenders in the oven, and so we're going to make our garlic bread and go ahead and get our green beans cooking. Okay, so
what's your bread?
This is old hot dog buns. So we like to use these when they kind of get smashed after being in the pantry. Then they're not really useful as hot dog buns anymore. So if you go ahead and pop them apart, they do make really good garlic bread. So I'm going to let Avery start to butter up my garlic bread. Okay. And then we're going to just add garlic salt, and that goes a long way, so we will not need very much. So that's my little tip for quick garlic bread. Sometimes I like to add dry ranch seasoning instead of garlic bread for just a little extra zingy taste.
Zingy, I like that word.
And for seasoning my green beans, I'm just using these canned green beans. And I am going to use beef bouillon cubes, and I usually use 1 per can because we like a whole lot of seasoning. If you don't like that much seasoning, then 1 per 2 cans is plenty, I think, as well. So I'm going to go ahead and use the juice from both cans also. Then I'm just going to let them start warming. If you wanted to use a fresh vegetable and do like a roasted vegetable, you could do that in the oven at the same time as your chicken tenders are cooking. But tonight we're saving all of our fresh stuff. We've got boiling over happening. Dog's coming for the leftovers. We don't have any for you. No, we don't. Sorry. All right. We're going to get these just simmering at the back so that these bouillon cubes have a chance to dissolve in the liquid of the green beans. and they have a whole lot of salt in them, so you do not need to add extra salt and pepper, extra salt to your water with the green beans, but if you do want pepper, you could add pepper. So we're just gonna let those simmer back here. All right, will it help you? Is that all we're gonna do? Is that all of them?
Yeah.
Is that the whole bag? Okay, good.
I think we have an uneven.
We will manage. All right, and then I'm just gonna very lightly, we've got a whole lot of salt and everything else, so we don't need a whole lot here, but just a little fun added touch, garlic salt here. If you wanted to add fresh garlic here, you could do that also. I'm just making it really fast.
Knife behind you.
Okay, you could do your leftover garlic oil that you had earlier. I'm actually going to use that garlic oil because I am not doing the breaded chicken tenders. I'm going to just saute up some, I'm just going to use that oil and cook my chicken tenders in that and just do it like kind of like a sauteed chicken breast instead, because I'm trying to do a little bit healthier version. So I'm saving that garlic oil for myself. I'm a little stingy because I'm excited about the garlic oil for mine. So all right, we're going to pause now and I'll show you what it looks like when we get it all together.
All right, our chicken is done and we've cut up some cheese to go on top of our chicken. And
that was an addition that I didn't say in the video earlier. We're just using mozzarella cheese and we're going to actually put it on the chicken and then pop it back in the oven for a minute, and our garlic bread is in there, and I'll let this get nice and bubbly. And then we realized we had some parsley in the refrigerator, so we're going to use it as a nice little topping and little fun little addition. I'm getting my chicken breast started at the back, and we have drained off our noodles, and so they are ready. I like to give the noodles a little drizzle of olive oil to keep them from sticking together very much.
We turned up the heat on our sauce so it's warm, and the green beans are doing their thing.
They're just simmering. All right.
Woo!
And let me give this a little, go ahead and start putting the cheese back on those, please. Those smell delicious. Okay.
They won't stink.
If you need to, you can rip it up a little bit, but, oh, looks like we might need some more. I'll get the rest of them out of the refrigerator. Didn't actually count, that was not wise.
Do you want to put our parsley in with it as it melts so it makes it a little...
We'll leave it fresh.
Yeah, I like it.
Unless you want to do it the other way.
I like it better fresh.
Okay. Alright, these are big old chunks of mozzarella cheese going on our chicken right now, but that will be yummy.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
Wow.
If we wanted to make them smaller, I suppose we could have. Alright, pop them back in the
oven.
oven. And our garlic bread will be done about the same time. And I will show you how to just kind of layer this on and plate it up. Alright, so we're going to pause and come right back to you.
Hi, we're back, and we have our cheese on our chicken that's melted over and it looks heavenly.
It's all nice and melty and oozed off the side. And the chicken is done on the inside, and we've started a plate. So we've got the noodles on the bottom. We've got our marinara sauce that we left a little chunky with the tomatoes. No, the chunky onions. Onions is the most chunky thing that we've got here. And then we've got green beans on the side. Here is our garlic bread, and she's just going to put a piece of chicken right on top. And depending on how hungry we are, we might do 2 pieces of chicken, a little bit of parsley, and garlic bread.
Yep.
So there we go.
There you go.
And we are ready to start our dinner. So see you later. Bye.